So now we're talking about President Trump.
Approval from Congress to do this, and which paved the way for the way Trump was able to roll it back. They
Whether
have no
right
one
or
to
wrong
blame.
as far as the geopolitical, where it is, that's the constitutional.
That was the initial sin here. Because that is not how you go about dealing with foreign powers when it comes to cutting deals. You don't go it alone. You go through Congress, which of course has to answer to the American public. So he had neither congressional support nor really the popular support of the American people.
On the flip side,
and he didn't give a shit either.
What is next when it comes to the Iran deal, and renegotiating in this 180-day period?
Yes, Iran joins the long list of people in this world who did something very important, never dreaming that Donald Trump would ever become president of the United States. They made a calculation that the United States had made a strategic turn in its approach to the Middle East, that they were now going to sort of like Nixon to China, they were going to open to Iran, and that this would continue on a bipartisan basis, or perhaps Hillary Clinton would be elected. And then boom, we have an election, and then boom, number two is the president actually keeps his promise. This is very disruptive inside Iran, notwithstanding whatever bluster they may be putting out. They have been thrown back on their heels, and they're looking for a strategy.
And very quickly, and Europe is going to have to decide whether they want to deal with Iran or deal with the U.S.
Very quickly, is there a risk here that, like President Obama, who desperately wanted that Iran deal for legacy issues, and the administration was clearly focused on that like a laser, that President Trump is in the same position with North Korea, touting it before he sits down with Kim Jong-un?
There's always a risk of that, but you're talking about a completely different guy. You're talking about a guy who, obviously prides himself on being a very smart deal maker, but this is, he has at every turn underscored the fact that it may or may not work out,
and he'll get up and walk away.
Yeah, and then he'll get up and walk away.
Next up, the president's nominee to run the CIA says she will not restart the post 9/11 enhanced interrogation program. The panel on Gina Haspel's confirmation hearing next.
And that's what the news is every single day here, man. President Trump and the Russians and collusion and South Korea and North Korea. And I can speak for me and millions of people in America who just work hard every day, come home, try to put food on their table for their families, and try to just stay safe and mind their own business. We don't give a shit. We're over it. They've been talking about this shit for 2 years. They have not been able to find any collusion between Trump and Russia. They need to stop wasting our tax dollars and move on and do what the president says, whether you like him or not. He's the president for the next 2 years, and all this bullshit about him getting impeached is not going to happen. We don't care if he fucks Stormy Daniels 100 times or 1 time. We don't care. We just want the president to do what he said he's going to do. Cut our taxes, make our economy boom, fix our roads and bridges, upgrade our airports, and make our military strong again. Other than that, we don't hear or care about any of this shit. That's why we don't watch the news for the most part, because literally I could turn it on, I could bullshit you on this radio show for an hour, turn it on another news channel, and within 3 seconds you'll hear the word Donald Trump, Russia, and collusion. And we are worn out from it. We don't want to hear it anymore. We don't care. They can't prove it. It's time to move on. Whether you like the guy or not, if you don't like him, vote in 2 years. If you do like him, vote in 2 years. Those are your options. Other than that, he's here to stay for 2 more years. So, looks like the live news feed is working. That's going to be interesting. Hopefully we can get correspondence from other parts of the world. I can help you with the technology. Financially, it's actually very easy, and we can hear what your news sounds like from your part of the world and put our heads together and decide how much we're being lied to about everything. Because pretty much you can tell the American media is lying because their lips are moving. And They have the worst rating in history. They have a lower approval rating than the United States Congress, which is a joke. All right, well, that's it. We will talk again. Everybody have a nice evening.